Hey there, this is Dave Gardner from MagneticSponsors.com, and I'm just going to do a short video just to show you where you would be able to set up in either GVO or Pure Leverage your custom thank you pages with the autoresponder. If you're a member of GVO, when you go down to the autoresponder, again, yours might look a little bit different than mine. As you can see, I'm a titanium member, so you might have different panels or less panels on the sidebar depending on what you have. So if you just click on your autoresponder, and what we're looking for are the forms. Now in the forms I have a series of campaigns, and they're in multiple different niches. And for example, the one that I use the most, if I just go to forms, it's going to go to the one that I did is listed first on the list. I only have 2 forms for this one for Solve Lacrosse, but for example, if you go to the magnetic one, which is one of my main websites, I have multiple forms because they are going to be on different web pages that all send to that same email list. I have some on the actual website, some on different pages within websites, some on the blog that's associated with that website, and then some where I share leads. For example, with Russell Brunson of .com Secrets X right here. I did some with Dagan Smith from Maximum Leverage, where it's basically a dual system where it's a shared campaign. But what I just want to show you quick, for example, any one of these. So for example, if I just pick the one that's on the blog, and we can actually see the edit settings, or if you want to change the settings, we can see where it is. The custom URL, this is the important part, what you want, this thank you page. If you look, there's a drop down arrow where normally it would say either English, male, or female. You can choose what you want, and it just goes to a generic page. So if someone opted in your page, it would just be this generic thing saying, you know, oh, thank you for joining the page. Please check your email for further information. But you don't want that. You want to be able to send them to a custom URL. So what you do, you just scroll down and click the custom URL, and then once that is chosen, you can basically pick wherever you want them to go. So, for example, this one is actually going to a Mike Filsaime product with Pay.com. If they're already subscribed, you might not necessarily want to send them to the same offer. You might want to send them someplace else. So you would put a different website in there. So if they've already seen the offer, and if let's say they've subscribed by accident again, maybe it was a month later or something, they came upon the site, they did it again. You could choose to either put the same exact thing in there or something different. If you want to add ad tracking in, notice I unclicked my double opt-in, because if it's a double opt-in, again, they would have to see the message that would say, okay, go to the email before they went to this thank you message. So make sure this double opt-in is not checked. Okay. If we were to do a new form, okay, create a form, it's the same idea. I would just have a blank slate. So for example, again, I have my form here. I can change the name. So new form. And again, I'm not going to use this. This is just a test. And I can click down to see what I want. Do I want it to say the information in English, Spanish, Russian, or Polish? Or do I want it to be a custom URL? I would choose the custom URL. Notice that pops up where this box is not here. If I go back to Polish, for example, that's not here. Or notice it says click to thank you. You can see what it is. You can see an example. I'm not going to show that right now for the case of this video. And there's a series of materials that you can change. Now, I went into my global settings and changed some of these. That's, you know, a story for a different scenario. But just to show you how you could do that. Now, if we go over to Pure Leverage, we're going to see basically the same setup. Again, mine might be a little bit different because I belong to both Pure Leverage and GVO. So if we click down in the marketing suite, the lead capture system is the actual system that's just for Pure Leverage, to recruit people into the Pure Leverage opportunity to use those tools. What you want is the autoresponder. Now, the autoresponder, you can choose where you want your people to be sent to when they sign up, because these are your own personal sites and these are your own personal pages. We'd be doing the same thing, except right here, again, I'd have to have a campaign, so you might have to start and add a new campaign, but then I would be, again, going to forms. So if I went to create form, I'm going to see the same type of material in here. And again, the thank you page, there's the English mail. If I want to jump down, I want to go to the custom URL. Notice there's no box here. I want to go to the custom URL, and then the box appears, and I can send it wherever I want. Again, I would unclick my double opt-in, unless you really want to have a double opt-in list. If that's required for whatever you're doing, go ahead, but otherwise it's not really necessary. Okay, I haven't really played around with this passing data, but if I remember correctly, that would be if someone signed in with their name, like let's say they wrote their name Dave Gardner, on the next page that they went to the thank you page, it should say, you know, welcome Dave Gardner for showing up to the website, blah, blah, blah. And there's other codes that are in that. Again, I haven't played around with that a lot, but that's just a quick thing showing you how to do the custom URL in both GVO and Pure Leverage. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message at DaveGardner@MagneticSponsors.com.